Hey y'all, how are you all doing? What is up? I don't know how long my lighting and it's just everything bad. So I might be on camera, I might just do an audio for this video. But anyway, I've just been covering the latest news that Mel has come out with in her police reports and the different DMs that's been posted and the text message. I think it's just DMs because Mel ain't giving that man her phone number. So the different DMs and stuff like that that's been posted. And I just thought about something that has become a recurring trend. And that's the title. This is going to be the title of this video. If a woman fights back, then it's not DV on the man's part. The man isn't an ABUSER if the woman puts her hands on him as well. And I think that's what a lot of people try to roll with. And here's the thing. I was raised where one of the first things I was taught is somebody put their hands on me, I put my hands on them back. Okay? I think a lot of people don't understand how these dynamics work, and I think a lot of people don't care to understand, especially when it comes to other women. Unfortunately, I hate to say this, but when it comes to other Black women, too many of us love to cuddle our boys. I have 2 boys. Coddle. That's what I'm trying to say. Not cuddle, coddle our boys. And so, it's cold outside. Let me try to turn this car off. Okay. Too many of us coddle our boys, even when they're actually grown-ass men. We're still coddling them. And we don't allow them to take accountability for their actions. And I think a lot of that becomes because a lot of us were in bad situations and we tolerated those situations as well. And I think some women, I really believe this, y'all. I believe that some Black moms who are boy moms, they feel some type of way and bitter about their boys treating a woman better than they've ever been treated themselves in a relationship. I really do. I think they do not like it when they boys are treating a woman well, better than they were ever treated in a relationship. And I think a lot of them, if not encourage, but support bad behavior from their sons when it comes to handling their boys in relationships. And I believe that's where the whole idea that we try to wash over certain men being ABUSERs because we want to excuse it away because we low-key are very competitive and hateful when it comes to other women. Like, I believe there's so many women out here, Black women. I have noticed this because I'm in the Black community. It could be other women in other communities too. But I noticed this in my own community with Black women, is that we can be so freaking competitive that we don't care to see the complete demise, harm, and everything else towards other Black women, just because a part of us are really resentful about the fact that we did not experience love and intimacy and companionship and partnership with the man or somebody of the opposite sex, or in you know what I mean, a man, your boo. And I think we excuse that stuff and we try to jump on the bandwagon. Well, she was putting her hands on him too. Yeah, that's wrong. Let's put that is wrong. Everybody should keep their hands to themselves. Let's just establish that as a base ground. But let's not play like They ain't certain people, certain men and women that like to play in your face. They like to play a bunch of games with you. And until you react the way that they want you to react, they will keep playing with you until they get the reaction that they so desire from you. And I'm not saying, because I know some people try to get on here and be stupid with it and be like, but that doesn't make it okay. No, it doesn't make it okay. But however, there are people who go out of their way to make it, you can see right now, make it so difficult for you to leave the situation with them. They do everything in their power to keep pulling and tugging and pulling and tugging to the point where you get pushed, you get completely backed into a wall, and you have to do what you have to do to get yourself out of that situation with them. And like I said, everybody should keep their hands to themselves. Everybody should. If you can, keep your hands to yourself. And I'm saying that with the idea that we do not know who started putting their hands on the other person first. Because let me tell you something about this. A lot of times with people, and this is men and women do it both, they'll do certain things like maybe slam the door in your face. Okay, that's not necessarily you putting your hands on me. Okay, they'll do stuff like that. Or they'll do something like snatch something away from you. Okay, they'll do stuff like that. Or they may do something like nudge you with their arm. They nudge you really hard with their arm, elbow you, like elbow you. They'll do stuff like that. They'll do stuff like what Mel said he was doing on the episode that we saw on Love and Marriage Huntsville, where her and Martell were outside in the Fletcher's backyard. And the Fletchers, I guess, was trying to have a little mentoring session or whatever with Melody and Martell. And Melody says there's a whole scene there where Martell's just out there doing stupid stuff like throwing pillows at her. So she finally snaps and throws a glass back at him. Now, look, she threw what she had in her vicinity, just like he threw what he had in her vicinity. It just so happens that hers was a glass. And you can say, well, she shouldn't have been doing stuff like that. That's dangerous. That she should have known better. If somebody's throwing and doing stuff at you, you're going to throw and do something back to protect yourself. And here's the thing. This is what y'all need to understand. When it comes to protecting yourself, you don't have to be like stand there for 10 minutes and figure out, well, if I'm going to protect myself, I'm going to choose this object over the other. I know I have this object right here to, quote, protect myself, but I'm going to make a choice of not using that object. I'm going to use something lighter and less harmful to protect myself. Nobody goes to that. You grab whatever you think is going to get that person up off of you. That's what you're going to do. You're going to grab and apply whatever you think is going to get that person up off you. That's what some of y'all need. Some of y'all, here's a lesson for you. Some of y'all show up places to fight somebody, put your hands on them, and then you get all surprised when they pull out a pow, and then you're like, oh my God, you doing too much. You didn't have to do that to Keisha. Keisha ran up on this person with the intent to harm them. It just so happens that person had something a little bit more effective on protecting themselves. This is what some of y'all need to get through your mind. You don't go through, well, if they come to fight, why you pull this out? Because that person has the right to do so. They do. Sorry. Check your laws. But they do. In most states, this is how the whole thing is applied. So that's where I'm going with this. I'm seeing this trend that people are trying their best to excuse away his behavior. And that's why so many Black women are unalive today, because some of us don't feel like we got a place to go to find safety, even within people who look just like us. You can't go to other Black women and get sympathy. You get blamed. People find all kind of reasons and ways and hows you were in the wrong, versus being like, he was wrong. He should never have been trying to put his hands on you. He should never been threatening you. And this is my thing too. And I don't know if anybody else tracks with this. But if I'm a woman, say I'm a woman, I'm about 5'7", 5'8", because I think that's what I think Melody's kind of tall. So I think she's around my height. 5'7", 5'8". I'm about 140 pounds. I have a man who's been talking crazy to me and threatening me for however long. It's been toxic. It's been a hot ass mess for a long period of time. This is a man, a grown man. And he's about my same height, but he got about another 7,500 pounds on him over me, muscle. You think I'm going to play it safe and I'm going to play it light, take it lightly and be gentle about trying to get this person up off of me? Or let me do this. Let me ask you, should I play it, take it softly and kind of dance around protecting myself when it comes to this individual? Because then other people want to say, try to constantly be like, oh, she got this bodyguard that she's got around and she's sleeping with him, blah, 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 all this kind of stupid stuff. You don't think this woman needs a bodyguard against him acting crazy and erratic on a regular basis? Or she should just wait till he unalives her. Because that's what a lot of people act like that's what black women should do. Just wait till they unalive you. Or they do something crazy and maim you and mess you up. And then you can't even be around to take care of your kids. You supposed to play around with somebody like that? Anyway, y'all, I'm about to go ahead and get off of here. This video's been long enough. I wish I could see more cohesiveness when it comes to black women supporting other black women. And now there's a lot of women that do support black women, but there's too many women that are so quick to support ABUSE, and it's to the point where it's like, come on now. I understand that there are women that will run up in a man's face, put their hands on the man first. And I believe what's good for one is good for the other. If this woman's want to run up on you talking crazy and doing crazy stuff, you do what you need to do to get her up off of you. So, but too often I see so many passes given for black men, especially if they somehow feel like they look nice. I don't think Martell's cute at all, but to each his own. They think that they look nice, or they got some sort of form of success. I'll tell you one thing for sure. I know for sure, too often the black community, we will support the raggediest of black men in our community and put them on the pedestal. So anyway, y'all, that's enough for now. But anyway, I hope you all have a wonderful day. Let's just be kind to one another, especially black women to one another. Just let's just try to be more kind and more understanding of what black women go through. Can we just agree to do that? Anyway, y'all have a wonderful day. And
hey guys, don't go anywhere just yet. I want to include this clip from Melody's live, and where she's basically talking about how I said earlier, when women tried their best, or when you're in your mindset that you really just want to be done with the situation and you try to cover up certain situations because you just want to be done with it and move on, and how those people don't respect that. Go ahead and take a look at this clip from Melody's live about the issue that was brought up with Dr. Heavenly's interview that she did with her several years ago. All right, guys, take a look.
I'm saying, maybe we so funny because I didn't know he was going to post the Dr. Heavenly interview whatsoever. But I had already said I was going to address the Dr. Heavenly interview that I did some years ago. At that point in my life, I know. I was still in a place where I was hopeful, in the sense of you know how you want somebody to change? You want somebody to do better. You want to be able to have, even though we ain't together, right? Even though we're not together, the divorce is done. You still want to be able to, you know, maybe we can be cool. You know what I'm saying? Maybe we can be cordial, cool. Right? Civil. That's a good word, Miss Deborah. Civil. And so because of that, I think that I didn't want to expose a lot of things about him, because I felt like that would probably take away us being able to truly co-parent like we could, and make things worse. So it was kind of one of those things where it was like, you know what? Don't tell everything. Just shut your mouth. Don't tell everything. And then also we do have children together. So it was that too. So I can reflect and look back, and I'm like, dang, but now I don't care no more. So, but I was like, dang, you know, like, you was still trying to protect this boy. Like, you was willing to take the hits. You was willing to be, you know, hit across the back and take hits for him still. But yeah, you got these pick-me's over here who want to say that I've been preying on his downfall and preying on the detriment of him and been wanting to, and I'm bitter. No, I've been holding back a lot of stuff that I could have been said. But I was still, like a lot of women do, this is the lavender soap. If you're ordering lavender soap right now, I'm signing yours. I was still willing to take some hits just so, in hopes of being hopeful that it could eventually be at a place where we could be cool.
Did you know that?
I didn't know that.
Now you know.
Oh.